Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Jamie and this is Texas Girl DIYs. In today's video, I have some simple yet great Halloween DIYs that I cannot wait to share with you using some Dollar Tree items. But before we get into that, I just wanted to tell you that this video is in collaboration with Courtney from Creative on the Cheap, and I could not be more excited because not only are we both Texas girls, but she is actually one of my favorite YouTubers that I've been watching for a while now, so I am very excited to be collaborating with her for this video, and I'm going to be leaving her video down in the description box below, so make sure that after this one you get to check that out. If you're not familiar with Courtney's channel, her channel is called Creative on the Cheap. She does some budget-friendly DIYs, she decorates her home, and she gives some great tips and tricks. She has another channel, it's a vlog lifestyle channel called Courtney Loves Coffee, and you get to see her family and some of the things that they get to do, and they are a barrel of laughs. So I really recommend checking out both those channels. So with all that being said, let's get to crafting. For the first DIY, I am taking 3 of these kids planter paint sets, and you can find these over in the kids section at Dollar Tree, unless of course you have some leftover flower pots from the spring. Don't mind my cat. These come with the paintbrush and paints inside, and I'm not worried about the one being broken because you are not going to see it. So then I'm going to go ahead and take some black chalk paint and give these 1 coat of paint. So the next thing I do is take these cut up pieces of pool noodle because I ran out of floral foam, and this is actually one of Courtney's Dollar Tree pool noodle hacks. I stick those inside and fill them up with some moss. Well, this filler that I'm going to be using here, it actually came from a box that I had received in the mail, but you can always use Dollar Tree's Spanish moss. Next, I take 3 Kabob skewers and I kind of eyeball measure how tall I want my skewers to be. And then I'm going to go ahead and take my scissors and I'm just scoring along that line, not actually trying to cut it in half, just making some marks so that I can just snap it in half right where I want it to. And you don't have to worry about trying to sand that part down or anything because you're not going to see it anyway. So then I'm just kind of taking that one piece and I can measure out my other 2 skewers and do the exact same thing. Then I take that same black chalk paint as before and give these skewers 1 coat of paint. I don't worry so much about getting the ends because again, you won't see it. So I had picked up these creepy crawly creatures from the kids section at Dollar Tree, and I grabbed 2 packs because each had creepy bugs I wanted for this project. So some had centipedes, some had spiders, and then I go ahead and take these outside for some flat black spray paint. Then once my bugs are all spray painted, I go ahead with the next step, which is to take my Kabob skewers and skewer the right down in the center there. And I'm going to go ahead and really fight with this one because for some reason it did not want to go in. I don't know what was wrong with this thing. But anyway, I got it. And then the next thing, I have these skulls. These are styrofoam skulls from Dollar Tree. I had picked this up like, I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. So for some reason, it's got a hole right there. I'm not sure if they actually come like this. Again, 10 years ago, who knows what I did? I don't know. But anyway, I just put a little dollop of hot glue in that hole because I'm decided to make that work for me. And I put that skull on top of the skewer. Sorry for the bad camera angle, but this is what it looks like so far. So the next thing I do is just take this spider here, and I'm going to attach it to the top of the head with a little dab of hot glue and stick it right there on top of its head. And then I'm going to take another creepy crawly and stick it on the bottom of the pot. Now taking these stickers from Dollar Tree, I'm going to spell out the word boo, and I need a B and two O's. That's what I'm looking for right now. And once I find those letters, I'm going to go in with my Waverly white chalk paint, and I do 2 coats on these letters because that blue really does pop, so you definitely need 2 coats of paint on these letters. Once that paint has dried, I just go ahead and peel off the sticker and apply it to my flower pots. And here's what they look like all finished. For this next DIY, this was so super easy. I take this 8x10 picture frame from Dollar Tree, take the backing off and remove the insert. And I'm going to take this free printable I found on Pinterest. I will link it down below. I just printed this on plain white printer paper. And then I use this black and orange gingham print scrapbooking paper, and I need to cut it down to size because it's a little too big. So I end up using the glass from the frame to trace out where I need to cut for a sure fit. Then I need to trim down my printable smaller than my scrapbook paper, and you can trim off as much as needed. I also add a little hot glue to the 4 corners to hold this down, but you can easily use a regular glue stick too. So all that's left to do is just to put it back in the frame, put the backing back on it, and let's see how it looks. So for the third DIY, I'm using these bottles that I happen to have on hand. This is from an avocado oil bottle that I just so happen to finish. So I'm using that. I've cleaned all these bottles up. This one here you probably recognize from Dollar Tree. And the next one is a Boylan's cream soda bottle. I love this because it says since 1891 on it. It's kind of cool. And the last one, I like the little bumps that were on it. I've never heard of this cherry soda before, but I take them out back and I spray painted them black. Then I have these Dollar Tree gold labels. You actually get quite a few stickers in a pack, and so I just figure out which sticker I want on each bottle and I write something cool and creepy on it. One thing I found that was really nice about these stickers is that you can place them down on your bottle, and if you didn't like your placement, they actually come off pretty easy. Didn't really peel too much of the paint off of it, but this one, it didn't peel any paint off of it. I had another bottle where it did that, but I was able to peel it off really easy, reposition it, and there you go. I actually almost forgot to show you this jar. This did come from Dollar Tree, and I had already spray painted it black. I did not spray the inside of it, just the lid and the bottom. And I go ahead and take this sticker. Now this sticker did not want to lay flat on it because the jar itself is kind of rounded. So I kind of just had to seal it from like the middle part of the sticker, if that makes any sense, because if you press down on the outside, it crinkles up and it wasn't working out for me. But I mean, it still looks really cute. And this is how they turned out. For our fourth and final DIY, I just took this Dollar Tree pumpkin and some Waverly white chalk paint and gave this pumpkin 2 coats of paint. So this is how it looks after the paint is all dry, and yes, I did get the bottom. You can remove the stem if you want to. I do later on, I just haven't done it yet. Next, I take some of that same black chalk paint and paint lines in the grooves of the pumpkin. So this is what it looks like when it's all finished. And now time to add some floral. I start off by taking the top off of one of the roses, pull the stem out of the pumpkin, finally, and add a little hot glue to the bottom of the rose and attach it to the pumpkin. Then I do the same thing using these purple black-eyed Susans. I trimmed a few of the leaves from the stem of the rose and attached those with some hot glue as well. Then I use a few of these skulls from Dollar Tree, add some hot glue, and place those within the flowers, and then this project is finished. And here is how everything turned out all together. I actually added a little bit of black paint in the eyes of those skulls to make it pop a little bit more. I want to thank y'all so much for watching. If you're new to my channel, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you see, and if you did, please hit that like button and consider subscribing. Also, be sure to check out Courtney's video. Her link is in the description box down below. Give her a pumpkin emoji and tell her I sent you. Thanks again for being here, and as always, y'all have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye!